PMN 5:31, 16 minutes to 8. Rui Vakaloloma Tama Tusongo. Brian here on The Breakfast Show. Great to have your company and hope you're doing well. Alisi Mann, earlier this year, fulfilled her dream of opening her own florist shop up in Auckland, the Eden. After fully recovering from her first Valentine's Day rush last week, she joins us now in our Auckland studio to share more about her incredible journey. Malo Lele, and thank you so much for your time this morning, Alisi.
Good morning, Brian. Thanks for having me on the show.
Alisi, let's start with this. You just opened, maybe just a month ago now, the 21st of January.
Yeah.
How has business been so far for you?
So this is our 5th week at the Eden. And so just within that short amount of time, the journey's been huge, but good. The first 2 weeks was pretty quiet and I felt, a little bit discouraged. But in the 3rd and 4th week, it's picked up a lot, especially during Valentine's Day. Picked up heaps for us, which is really good. So, it's getting busier.
That's good. Alisi, where does this love for floristry stem from as we acknowledge the wonderful centrepiece that you've got there? And we'll get you to give us a bit of a description of that. But where did it all start for you?
So in the years of 2008 and 2010, my mum fell quite ill. And for the 2 years, my mum was in and out of hospital. And at the time it was only me and my sister looking after her, and our everyday routine was, because I used to work in the city, I used to catch the train from Middlemore Hospital. So before I used to catch a train, I would go and see my mum in the morning, go to work, get off from the train and straight back to the hospital and stay until visiting hours were over. And that happened for the 2 years, so it was pretty full on for us. And so my sister and I thought that we'll have like a day off each week, and my days were Tuesday, and there's not really much to do after work on Tuesday, and so I was kind of looking for something to do, flicking through the courier, and I came across a floral arranging class that they offer at Mount Roskill Grammar, and so I signed up for that. And I found, like, within the 12 weeks that I was noticing little things like little plants and trees just on the side of the street. And I knew at the end of the 12 weeks that I knew from there that that's what I wanted to do. I couldn't stop thinking about it. It was always on my heart. And and so I wanted to pursue it, but it just wasn't the right time because of my mum being sick. Obviously, helping out with her and helping with bills at home and stuff, so I carried on working, and then it wasn't until my mum passed away in 2010, I sort of fell into a bit of a depression, and then I just woke up one day in end of 2012 and decided that I didn't want to work in the office anymore. I'd rather be doing something that will make me happy, just to get me out of that, and and so it started from there.
That's a big journey for you. So from 2012 and leading up to just in January 2019, the idea for the shop, how did that come about?
So in 2016, I was still doing a bit of floristry work, working at the florist at Airport Oaks, and then I started getting busy with my own orders. I was getting like maybe 1 or 2 orders a week, and then a lot of weddings, and so I started doing that on the side just from working from home, and then I fell pregnant with my daughter, and when I was about 4 or 5 months I stopped doing floristry because it got a bit heavy and got a bit too much for me, so I gave it up just so I can focus on my pregnancy, have my daughter, and just enjoy being a mum. And then it wasn't until around June, July last year I started thinking about going back to work, but I also wanted to, being a first time mum, I also wanted to be able to provide for my daughter and stuff like that, so I didn't really think too much into it, and then I got one of my little cousins asked me if I could make her just a floral piece for a headpiece for a photo shoot, And then it started back up from there again. And then I thought, if I am going to go back to work, I'd rather be doing something that I love, and do something, for my daughter to obviously have when she grows up, if she's into it.
Now, the name Eden, biblical, or where'd you get the name from for the shop?
Yeah, so the name, I had my last exam, which was a business plan that you had to come up with, and I was sitting around with my family one day, and they were helping me with my come up with a name. And because of our upbringing, my mum was a staunch Catholic, and so I wanted to keep it biblical, because we were surrounded with prayer and church growing up, and so we kind of threw some names around, and my sister-in-law actually, Fiona, actually threw out the name, and it just stuck with me the whole time. And I thought that if I was ever going to open up a shop one day, that'll be her name. And so we've kept it, and we've opened up the Eden now.
The day in the life of a florist. What is that like for you? I mean, talk to us. I mean, you just had your first Valentine's Day. How was that for you?
Let's just say I didn't get to have a sip of water until about 5:30, 6 o'clock that night. So it was pretty busy. It was full on. I didn't expect to get as many orders as we did, seeing as we're still pretty new. But the experience, was amazing. And we know for next year what we need to sort of change and do. But just the atmosphere in the shop that day, I loved. So.
What is it you love about floristry?
I guess for me, it's because it's something that I love to do. It shows in my work, and I love that I'm able to make other people smile, and just the reaction when they get the flowers is the rewarding part for me, and it's so satisfying just to see the look on their faces and get the comments and the feedback back. Is probably my favourite part of it. Yeah.
Now, we've got an arrangement here, of course. Can you give us a bit of a description of the flowers that you're using, and what's the sort of theme behind this piece?
So the theme, there really isn't a theme apart from the colours. So I've sort of kept to the pinks and the whites, and these are the flowers that I really like to use in a lot of my arrangements. I like big, sort of flowy arrangements, and I try to keep it sort of Pacific Islandy. With the leaves here and the flow of it.
The flowers, what are the flowers? Is it roses in there?
Yeah, so we've got a couple of roses, we've got some oriental lilies, pink ones, some snapdragons, some gladdies, and some magnolia.
Nice. I think I'll give, we'll call that the Edan. The Edan.
I was going to name it the Brian.
Oh, no. The Edan, that sounds nice. Or the Pacifica, that's awesome. Now, for those, because your journey, we're talking about like from 2010 up to 2019, and, the ebbs, the flows, becoming a mum passing away and all that. For those that are listening, and, because I know many of our listeners and those watching online, of course, wanting to pursue, their own business in there, what would be, your words of encouragement to them this morning, Alisi?
Just go for it. Honestly, I kept putting it off, and I kept, I kept getting cold feet as I got closer to sort of opening the shop. But you just have to push through it and persevere. You're going to have bad days. I've had bad days where I've had no sales at all. But just being able to do what you love is the rewarding part, I guess. For me, I think all I can say is just go for it. Don't put it off. It's hard, and it is a lot of work. But once you get into it, once you living your dream and doing it every day, something that you're passionate about, is really rewarding.
And of course, for our listeners and those that are wanting to find out more about the beautiful Eden florist shop, where do they go?
You come to 354 Onehunga Mall Road in Onehunga, or you can contact me on 022 381 4043.
Very good with that. It's a very big thank you, Mano Pito, Alisi Mann, the owner of Eden. Is it Eden Florist? Or
Yeah, so the Eden Florist.
The Eden Florist. There you go. Thank you so much for your time and wishing you all the success. I mean, just judging by this floral arrangement here, no issues there at all, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on the show, Brian.
Thank you. It is 7 minutes to 8. Our news at 8 o'clock coming up shortly. PMN 5:31, bringing Pacific people together.